Howdy, Banger Pals. Blayne joining you for another Overkill Reviews, Banger's weekly metal review show. And I'm in the studio. Look at that. You're getting to see me in daylight. I can't see anything in daylight right now because, there's so much snow in Toronto. We've gotten so much snow. I can't remember the last time we had this much snow. Dear God. But I mean, let's try and melt some of it with some blazing hot heavy metal. I hate that. Why did I do that?
Smoking pipes, the race on the streets are calling. It's on tonight, we're calling a roll. Hold on tight, with new protection, I'm pumping. We're taking flight into the unknown. We ride into the night. We ride into the night.
Yes, today I'm talking about MISTREATER's new album called Do or Die. It comes out today, February 21st, on the gosh darn best label in the whole world, Dying Victims Productions. Bio time, and I don't have anything to say here. The band formed in 2003. They released a record in 2004. It's 2025. They released more record. Good. They're from Austin. That's a fact. That's a fact. They're from Austin. The band members' individual names are... No, obviously, I'm not going to do that. Let's just actually review a record, shall we?
The Voice, premiering February 3rd on NBC and Peacock.
Yes, it's back this February on NBC. So, Janice... No, it's not. It's Janice. Janice Gonzalez. Why is that name so weird? God bless my niece, Janice. Anyways, regardless, she's gonna be the main attention grabber. You're gonna get pulled in by her voice, and then there's gonna be something a little familiar about it, and then you're gonna think, oh wait, this band only formed in 2003 though. So she sounds really professional. She must have done a band before. What was the band before? It's on the tip of my tongue, and no, it's not. You're a liar. This is her first band. The familiarity is gonna be there because this is one of those kind of like core female vocal styles, and I'm not saying that in some weird dude bro way where like all women sound the same. I need a man on vocals. Give me men. I need more men.
Now get the fuck off my veranda. Manuel, I need more oil.
I mean, guys have been trying to sound like Dickinson for years. They've been trying to sound like Alfred for years. Or the most common one, hey, is that a new band? Yeah, that guy's doing Lemmy. That's Lemmy, which is the reason I did this whole kind of awkward dude bro little spiel here, because this is Lady Lemmy. This style is to me, it's Lady Lemmy. So yes, Marvel nerds, they've gender swapped your Lemmy. Get your pitchforks out. Of course, personally, I'm thrilled. Janice is 100% the vocal style I am most frequently drawn to. The gravel and force she sings with just makes it sound like it's coming from here, you know? Do it with gusto. And her performance is also full of gusto, too. The confidence she has is normally supposed to come from doing, like, half a dozen records and a few hundred live shows. And this extends to her lyrics as well. She not only just avoids the very common pitfall of newer vocalists having basic rhyming structures that really like broadcast the next line. You're like, no, don't say it. Oh, they did it. Oh, they said it. So she's frequently writing in an engaging way, but she's also just delivering the cadence of it in an interesting way that makes her as much an instrument as anyone else in the rest of the band. Here's Janice nailing it, and also just a little mini taste of a solo, because you can't pick a clip from this record without bumping up on a solo, but more about that in the next part. Well, I wouldn't expect a band that sounds like this to bungle it up with a slow jam. I'm always gonna count my blessings when we don't get one. Most tracks are just straight up smash and grabs. Get in, get your shit, get out in 3 minutes. It ain't gotta be complicated. I know a bunch of bands are out there padding things with extra words that aren't necessary, playing with the font size and the margins, but tracks like Opener, Killer, Red are 2 minutes and 34 seconds. First instinct might be, oh, that's a little lazy. Why didn't they write another verse and then do the chorus again? Until you realize that they trimmed it, but they didn't trim the solo. So you get a 2.5 minute song with a 30-second solo. That's a 1/5 solo ratio. That's some cover of the cereal box amount of marshmallows in there, not the 10 you get when you open the thing up. Of course, it's hard to do that for a full LP. With an EP, you can pull it off. Once you try and get into that LP minute mark, what is the LP minute mark? There is none. It's all imaginary. None of this stuff matters anymore. But the record is advertised as a full length. You got to make it feel like a full length. So they have a couple of songs that do go north of 4 minutes, still south of 5 minutes, though. They're not mid-tempoed because that is not what this record does. They're slower than the fast ones, mid-fast tempo. They're just fast, and the rest of the record is faster, I guess. But when you do that, sometimes there can be awkward transitions between like, oh, does this still feel like the same vibe? But it always feels like the same vibe because they're always playing with the exact same level of intensity. They've kind of got a secret 1-2, well, not so secret 1-2 to keep it, because one of the 1-2s I've already talked about. It's Janice. She's always singing for the cheap seats, even though the venue is general admission. And then the surprise too is the drumming. The drums. Terry Irwin is, I don't know, he's getting paid like per beat on this record or something, because even when they're slowing down, he's always finding a little something extra to do. And then still, there's solos. There's still solos everywhere. No matter the speed of the song, the length of the song, the tempo, whatever, you're getting 30 seconds of solo. Oh yeah, he's doing it. The cereal box cover thing was foreshadowing. So first, Edgar Regaldo did a bang-up job on this thing. It's such a perfectly quintessential heavy metal cover, but it suits the band and the content. You know what you're getting when you look at this thing. Is it something you've seen before? Yes. Is it something you're tired of seeing? Absolutely not. Is this music you've heard before? I hate when people use this device, but you get the idea. This is begging for someone to make like a 3D model of it with it clawing through actual velvet. I can't imagine looking at this album cover and not liking what I see inside, which is, hey, a great way to draw people into listening to your record. So why does it get its own section? Well, let's take a look at the first album cover to have it help make a little bit more sense. The first album cover was done by, let's see here, Edgar. It's the same guy. The same guy did both. And we've got the same skeleton, the laser-eyed vampire tooth skeleton on both of them. And the second album cover sort of looks like an upgraded version of the first. Please, all bands, put this much care and forethought into your complete package. Also, reuse cover artists. I love when you can like pick up a record and you don't even need to see the band's logo to go, oh, I know who this is. I know this record. It's like music's an emotional medium. It all contributes. The first heavy metal band you probably fell in love with, they likely had a mascot, they had the Lucky Charms leprechaun, but the metal equivalent, and he would like come out on stage and do stuff on every tour, and you were like, wow, that's amazing. I love this genre. And it should still be that much of an important part. Every single band's album could be the pinnacle of their life's artistic efforts. Why would there not be this much care and forethought put into all of them? Don't understand. Don't get it. Speaking of finishing things, are you having a hard time finishing a website for your business? Well, I don't know how to help you there. Just stop doing it. Head over to our Patreon, give us a couple of bucks, get some more heavy metal content instead. Who wants to make a website? So this review was a little shorter, but that album is a little short. It's a 26-minute album. What do you want me to do? Make a 26-minute review for it? That's ridiculous. You could just go listen to the album. I could make up a negative section where I say, I don't know, but 6 minutes is a little short. One more track would have rounded it out to a nice 3 on the front. But the basic thesis of why this is a good album is economy of time. They're not wasting your time. They're not putting in fluff. No intros, no outros, no interludes, no weak tracks. It's just 26 minutes of really good heavy metal. What more do you want from them? I'll tell you what, 10 minutes of that 26 minutes is guitar solos, I swear to God. It's like, it's ridiculous. They've just given you stuff. They're only giving you the good parts. It's like, they might be from Austin, but they're like a Brooklyn pizzeria where if you walk in and ask for more than 3 toppings, the guy says, hey, go fuck yourself, buddy, get the fuck out of my establishment or something. You know, it's quality stuff. It's to the point. It's 26 minutes of fun. 4 out of 5 skulls, obviously, and the skulls, you know the skulls are gonna be the skull on the album cover. He looks great. Maybe alternate 1 2 1 2, first album cover, second album cover, first album cover, second. But of course, I have shoutouts for you, and thankfully, 2025 is already shaping up to be a pretty top-notch year for heavy metal. I found last year to be a little weaker. This year, I'm already getting a bunch of great records, and I have 2 more great records. One of them being label mates Undying Victims. Sinner Rage is releasing Power Strike, also on February 21st. And also on February 21st, Vulture's Vengeance are releasing Dust Age on High Roller Records. So it's pretty rare for High Roller or Dying Victims to release something bad. So you got 2 Dying Victims and 1 High Roller in 1 week. It's a good week to be a heavy metal fan. Anyways, what did you think of the record? What number of minutes do you think classifies an LP? How many minutes does it have to be a full length? Is it dependent on genre? I maintain it's dependent on genre. But anyways, get down in the comments, let me know. And hey, you know what we haven't done in a while? Roast me in the comments. Say something mean and funny about me. I'll pick my favorite one and I'll tell it to you on the next video I do. Anyways, I've been Blayne Smith. Thanks so much. I'll see you on the next one.